Starting the second quarter of Nio's financial statements, we should see improvements, or improvements should be seen in cost and expenses control. This was a statement that obviously the Nio CEO highlighted or announced during the Q4 earnings on the 21st of March this year. Now, ladies and gents, many of you will know by now that Nio has been trying to be more efficient. That is, not just spending money on every project that come, not just spending money on every R&D projects which they have in line or on the pipeline, but rather they are trying to obviously make sure that whatever they spend money on, it has got a good ROI. It has got a good return on investment, which is something that is good. Over and above this, what Nio has been doing, they have been merging Envo and Nio together. We have been seeing, of course, some of the positions duplicated, meaning that some Nio sales manager or some managerial positions onto Nio, the very same manager onto Nio is taking the managerial position onto Firefly. Some of the sales personnel that were only just focusing on Nio sales, they are now also focusing on Envo. Envo and Nio are integrating together. You will know that since the head of Nio Power, Shen Fei, become or was appointed as a president of Envo after the Envo president stepped down. One of the things that he did was obviously integrate, or started with this integration of the two companies together, because one of the things that has been seen in the streets of China, a lot of people don't know that Envo is part of Nio. A lot of people don't know that obviously Envo is a sub-brand to Nio, which is why we have seen even videos of some of the Nio users surprised seeing the Envo L60 performing a battery swapping onto Nio battery swapping stations. I mean, there was once a video that trended on the streets of social media where we saw even the Nio user not quite certain as to what is happening, what's going on, why is Envo L60 performing a battery swap onto Nio battery swapping stations, which this obviously was not a good thing, right? The two companies, this integration, I think it's very good, because people are going to be aware that, look man, if you don't have enough money to buy Nio, you can buy an Envo. Look man, if you don't have of course money to buy ES6, there's Envo L60 which is cheaper, but it's also part of Nio and built on Euro NCAP 5-star rating, which is something that is great. I think this is a very good thing, because not only does it save Nio with cost, but it also makes people out there to know that Envo is part of Nio. Envo, when you buy Envo, it's not like you are not buying Nio completely, but rather what it is that obviously you are buying a more family-oriented brand under Nio. And in knowing the kind of quality that Nio puts on their car, you can safely trust, of course, their sub-brand Envo. You can safely trust their sub-brand Firefly. Firefly, you know from the get-go that Nio announced that Firefly was going to be sold into Nio stores. Wherever you find a Nio store, you will find a Firefly sub-brand, which is something that is great, because this, at least at the get-go, they are making sure that people or consumers in China know exactly that Firefly is part of Nio. And this will speak volume, and it will make Firefly to do so well in terms of sales, right? I mean, Firefly, you will know that it was officially launched last month, and deliveries began on the 29th, and Nio reported that they sold 241 Firefly models in a space of 2 days, which was so good, which was so amazing to see. Last week's insurance registration saw that Fireflies delivered or sold over 350, which again, that is a very good figure, and it simply means that we could easily see Firefly doing so well this month, maybe delivering deliveries fee close to maybe even the Envo L60, which is something that will excite the investors, something that will excite those that are long and strong unto Nio. I have no doubt in my mind that Firefly will do very well, Envo will do very well, and to know that that Nio is making sure that the three brands are integrated together, I think it's a good thing, because Nio has already made a name for themselves in China. It's just that some people, or majority of the people, cannot afford the Nio cars, but Nio is known everywhere in China, and therefore now integrating the other two sub brands together with Nio, I think it's a very a good idea, because like I said, it will make Nio to know from the get-go that when you buy Firefly, you are still buying Nio. When you buy Envo, you are still buying a Nio. It's just that it's a sub brand. Nio at a get-go told us that, of course, this is what they wanted to do, and to see them successfully launching these two sub brands under Nio, I think we can give Nio a kudos. We can give Nio its flowers, because they deserve it, because they finally managed to pull through and introduce two new brands under Nio, which this is something that is good, and I don't think many people were expecting Nio to pull this through. I will do a separate video of maybe just going through what some of the people were saying when the Nio CEO came and announced that there are going to be two sub brands, because I think it's important that we revisit that story, because when the Nio CEO announced that obviously they were gonna do this, a lot of people came and said it's a bad idea, or rather start introducing the single motors of Nio. And that is when we saw just the Nio CEO saying, look, we don't want to compromise the quality, the standard of Nio. Nio should remain top high-end premium, because the primary purpose or the direct competitors for Nio is Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Lexus, Range Rover, Porsche. These are the direct competitors of Nio. And if Nio wants to compete with these luxury brands, they need not to drop the ball, but they need to continue advancing. And therefore, the sub-brands that they are in launching should be able to handle or cater for the mass market that is out there. So yeah, man, this is what is happening. This is one thing that we are reading. This is what Nio is doing. And man, I am very excited to see this big integration that we are seeing from Nio. And I have no doubt in my mind that Nio will do very well. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. Share price wise, Nio might not be where we want it to, but I'm telling you, we shall be rewarded with time. A blue sky will come. Those that are persevering throughout the edges, the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. That's all from me, and God bless you all.